So check it out. We got this 87 CR500 that I pulled out of a barn, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago, and it's been sitting down in storage waiting to get pulled and restored. We just never got around to it. And this week we pulled it, had Chris go through it, and decided to do a little something different. And instead of tearing this one down to the frame and restoring it, we're gonna sell it exactly how it sits with a $1 start bid and no reserve. Bone stock, it's got the original key and carburetor, 87 motor, it's the first year of the long rod. This cylinder has a longer intake track than the 89 and up years. Other than that, the bottom end is exactly the same. This is a short ratio early transmission. Put a new chain on it, but we left some of the running gear alone in order to keep the cost basis lower so that we could do this for you guys. So forks are in great shape actually, really no pitting. They're not weeping at all. The shock, looks like the bumper's missing, but serviceable. It's all here, guys. Worthy core of restoration. The foot pegs are nice and straight. Someone along the line painted the frame white. It's been worn. It has a new plastics on it. It's got a aftermarket seat cover, the factory fuel tank. Let me read off the work order. Compression tested at 165 PSI. Chris noted there was good spark. New spark plug, changed the gear lube, topped off the coolant, installed the gold chain, new kill switch, a new domino throttle assembly, installed a new front brake lever, new Ori grips, cleaned out the airbox, cleaned the twin air filter and lubed, cleaned the carb, set and adjusted, replaced the fuel and vent lines, set the tire pressures, added 1 gallon of EP 110 mixed 32:1 with Bel-Ray, 2-stroke oil, flushed and bled the front and rear brakes, and then a test ride. So he did a standard refresh, got it running good, and this is a super tight motor. It was put away running, and it sat for probably over 20 years here. And I will say, it's not clearing out up top. We're pretty sure it needs a clutch side crank seal. So it's gonna be sold as is. As you could tell, I mean, it idles nice and crisp. There's no funny noises with the motor. It's a super tight example with, you know, a serviceable frame. Scratch and dent unit. Billy, can you tip the bike over so we could check out the frame rails here? She's seen some time in the woods, definitely. Left rail is pretty bad here. You can put it down, Bill. The right rail looks a whole lot better. One little dimple on that side. But guys, if you pull this down to the frame, pretty standard. Weld the rails or replace them. There's a company that's making replacement frame rails. Get it powder coated, and you have yourself a winner here. Original pegs. They're not all droopy. The motor's complete in here. The transmission, the clutch, everything. It shifts perfectly. Good key and carb. It's tuned. It runs great. The brakes have been flushed and serviced. It runs, rides, stops, does everything good. It's definitely solid.
Yeah, those cool gold wheels, they're awesome. I mean, you know, and they're in great shape, round. I don't see any dents anywhere. You know, this bike's been used, but it was pretty well cared for, I think, in its life before it came to us. And now it's ready for its second life.
Check the gallery, listen to it run, motor super tight. This is a solid candidate for a good restoration. And we would take it all the way, but time is money, guys. This is one that I said, you know, this is a perfect opportunity to offer it nice and cheap for our guys, and this will be a killer project. Replace the crank seal in a couple hours, replace the right side crank seal in an afternoon, and then you could work on the cosmetics on your own time.
Yeah.
That's something that you could do, you know, from the comfort of your own home, you know, strip it down and maybe send the frame out to be powder coated.
Yeah, really make it your own. I mean, this is a great candidate for restoration. Everything's here. It needs some TLC, and we just didn't have the time to do this one, but man, oh man, if you got in with this, you could have one just like we produce weekly.
That's it. Our loss is your gain, and there's no unknowns. You know that there's no piston slap. You know that the crank's not shot. You know that the electronics are good. The radiators are nice and straight. It's got a good fuel tank that's not leaking. The petcock's not completely, you know, the petcock's not hemorrhaging. These are all things that you could expect from a bike that's sat for a long time. This one, we're taking the unknowns out of it. Give you a pretty thorough evaluation here. It's got great compression. It's a tight motor. You know what it needs. Take advantage, guys. $1 start bid, no reserve, starting on February 18th. 7-day auction. It'll end the following Friday. Highest bid's gonna take it. Message your zip code for a shipping quote. Thanks for watching thus far. Good luck bidding, and God bless America.